says battery power is running low. Please connect AC.
Where's your charger at? Huh? Did you get a new game today?
Yeah.
What did you get? That Ryan's World?
Yeah.
Go find your charger and we'll charge it up. Hey, we're gonna film a little bit here at the house. Hayden and her friend Chloe and Hopi and Hadley. Who's making the bombs?
And her.
They're making what they call
Hot chocolate bombs.
Hot chocolate cocoa bombs. I don't know if you guys ever heard of those. They're actually pretty cool. We did do a story on them.
But
Show me what you got done already.
Like we have to wait for them to be in the freezer, but we think these ones are almost done.
Oh, they're getting there, aren't they?
These are done.
Are they?
This one is done.
Alright,
We have to wait for the other side.
So what do you actually have to do to make these?
Well, after you puff them out of the mold, you put some hot chocolate, then you put some marshmallows, and then you put it together, put some chocolate, and then put it in the freezer for a little bit longer.
You gotta melt the other side.
Yeah.
You gotta melt them together?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's done. Oh, that is done.
Whoa.
Can I feel it? I wanna eat that.
You want to eat it?
We're waiting for our other side to
We can
finish.
actually, they can make me some sugar-free ones. That's perfect though, isn't it? Oh, someone broke it.
It's fine.
All right, we gotta put a marshmallow.
Someone broke it?
How much cocoa do you put in there?
You just have to. Which one's yours, Clay?
That one's mine.
You have to just eyeball it. You just add like a little bit.
Oh, you have the whole thing of it?
Yeah. You just add like a little spoonful of it. And then,
You have to combine yours and hers together, don't you?
then we're making.
No, we're making like another one's in there for mine.
Okay, that's probably good. And then we add like 7 marshmallows.
So do you just add a little bit of milk until you think it's enough? And then put that in? That's pretty neat. All right, I'll come back and show them when you guys are done, so let me know, okay?
Okay.
So you guys gotta make another one of those, put it on there, and then rub some chocolate around there, and then get that to freeze.
Yep.
That's pretty neat.
I added 6.
Hey, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are having a great day. Let's walk out here for a second. We're gonna do a little family vlog here at the house today. Brandy actually has to work on New Year's Eve, but she's gonna meet us. We're going to our cousin's house here in a little bit. But I want to do a video for you guys today, the last day of the year, and I want to talk to you all a little bit about at the end of the video about 2021 and my thoughts on all that. So you guys stick around till the end, and we'll talk about that. And I got some things to share with you guys. Big things are coming, and we'll share with you all here in a little bit. But check this out. I know this ain't Dutch Eats video, but I actually need to do an update on that. We got a pork roast on there. So I'm cooking a pulled pork for tonight's little get together at Brandy's cousin's house, like I said. I'm still on, so I changed it. This is the 31st. So I did the 30-day carnivore diet, and I need to do an update on Dutch Eats. Let's just say I did the whole 30 days. It went awesome, but now I'm going back to keto. And I'll go back in the house and show you something pretty cool that I found today. So I'm going to be on keto now because I want to do I want to eat vegetables and stuff like that. Just do the really low carb thing. It's actually working really well for me. So we're going to stick with it, but I'll go show you something in the house, and then we'll walk out and look at Abe. A lot of y'all been asking for a farm update because I've been doing so many videos on the tiny house cabin in the woods on our off-grid property. I want to go out there today because we got a storm yesterday. We got another one coming. I want to go out there and check on the place, see if the roof leaked or anything like that, but that's probably going to have to be for another video because we got a lot of things going on around here. I don't have time to go to the off-grid property, but stay tuned. For the next video or so. We're probably going to go out there and see if everything's good to go and check on stuff out after the storm. But you can see, I don't know if you see my breath. It's cold. You can see the dogs around. But we got a little snow yesterday. Let's go back in the house for a second, and then we'll go outside and check on the animals. The update you guys been asking for.
I need to find it.
I actually found some keto coffee, and it was pretty good. Hey, did you try it?
Huh?
Did you try that coffee?
No.
So I actually made a dessert for tonight's get together, and I think it turned out really, really well. It's sugar free. It's a keto friendly. I think they called it a cheese bomb, cream cheese bomb. What I did, I don't have the recipe right now. Maybe if they all like it, I know I like it. If they'll like it, maybe I'll make a video over on Dutch Eats for you guys that are interested in that kind of thing. But I use sugar-free Reese's. Let's see here. Some sugar-free Reese's and some cream cheese and some other things, and it's actually turned out. I think it actually turned out really, really good. So this is one thing when you switch over from the carnivore to the keto, you can actually eat more things. I wanted to do the challenge, and I did it. And just stay tuned for an update over on Dutchies. But I'm gonna get my boots on. Let's go outside, do some checking on animals, and I gotta show you guys some stuff out there. Oh boy, you guys are filthy. You filthy animal, Gracie. Come here, Grace. Gabby. Well, you're filthy too. What you've been doing is rolling around in the snow. Kind of smelled a little skunky, but I don't think they've been messing with one. Let's go over here. I got to get my other battery for this camera. It's about to die on me. I think it's in my truck, and my truck's locked. Oh wait, that one's open over there. We've been having an issue with dirty chicken eggs, and we gotta fix it if I can. If I got the right stuff. Hold on a second. Okay, that's better. Got a new battery. So, like I said, we've been having issues with dirty chicken eggs, and I actually did a little investigation last night. It's because of a dirty nest box, but I can literally change this out every couple days, and what they're doing is they're nesting in the nest box, and there's a reason behind it. I do not have enough, and I didn't realize this, and I probably should have. So I have one long one there, probably about 4.5 foot roost, but what I realized last night is that they're not roosting on there because the 2 turkeys are, and they're not allowing them to roost. Before they would root, you can see one hand's in there, they would kind of roost right there, but now they're just straight up laying inside the nest boxes, and I'm going to try to fix that right now. So I should have had another one of those. I just wasn't thinking, because before we got the hen, there's a lot of eggs in there. Ooh, there's fresh poop in there too. That just drives me crazy. A lot of times if you get a little bit of poop on the eggs, it's because maybe your chickens are a little wormy. But when they're getting as much as they are on these ones, it's because the nest boxes are dirty, because they're actually sleeping in there. And if you don't know chickens just lay there and poop all night long, and that's what they're doing inside their nest box. So we got to try to take care of that today. I got some, if I have the stuff, I might have left everything at the tiny house. Bill, let me check the back of my truck. If I had enough screws here, I'm going to screw in another, and I'll show you guys. I don't know if I do. I might have just enough. I don't know. I'm gonna screw in another roost. It's hot, or not hot, but sharp. Hold on a second. They're frozen inside this little thing. All right, let me go see if I can scrounge up a few more of these screws, and we'll see if we can't get this fixed so our eggs will stop being dirty. And just here recently, it's gotten worse. So I don't know if just here recently the turkeys haven't been letting them get on there. I don't know, but something's changed over the last week and a half, and I'm not very excited about getting dirty eggs. So I'll be right back in just a minute. We'll see if we can't take care of this. Okay, as I'm looking for used lumber, I actually came up with a solution that's going to be instant and going to save me a little bit of time. I'm still going to look, see if I got some stuff I can make another one, but we're going to stick this. I had this for, it was actually a dual purpose little stand for the brooder. Whenever we had the chicks on the back porch, I hung the lights from it, and then I moved it out to the meat chickens, and I hung their feed from it, and now it's going to be a roost inside the chicken coop. I was like, oh, I forgot all about that. So let's stick it in there. This will actually take care of the problem. This will fix the problem, and I need to add another one too, just to give them plenty of room. And typically, I would turn this on its side because they like to hang on to something, but they'll still roost on top of this. Wow. Oh, don't go out there, don't go out there. Okay, that's gonna work. Awesome. Check this out. Oh, really, Abe? Abe, you come in to investigate? So Abe and Mary, obviously look how big he is, all feathered out. They've been hanging out up there, not letting the other chickens, so now we took care of the problem right there, and I stepped on an egg, and they're eating it. So another issue we were having too, I thought, man, during the winter, the chickens will stop producing a lot of eggs because of the daylight. The more daylight, the more eggs produce. During the winter, you'll lose daylight. And one thing you can do is put up a a light in there. I got a solar charger light in there, and that comes on, and that usually takes care of the problem for the most part. You usually get a lot more eggs during the winter when you do that, because it tricks the chickens to think there's more daylight in the day than there really is, so they produce more eggs. Well, I noticed the egg production of the brown eggs had really went down a bunch. I'm like, man, how come they just quit laying all of a sudden? So we started looking around, came out here to clean this, and what I realized is, since the nest boxes were full of the other chickens pooping and stuff in there, they're like, I'm not laying my eggs in there. So they changed their box on me. Check this out. What? They started laying in this corner. All the brown eggs are all laying in this corner over here. And so what I'm going to do with these, and I already did this once, and I'll end up probably just giving these back to the chickens or giving them to Gracie and Gabby. Probably just give them to Gracie and Gabby because they love chicken eggs. But that's where my brown eggs are going. So ladies, I hope this takes care of the problem. We're going to clean out your nest blocks, and we'll see how this goes. I'll come back here this evening when we get back from the get together and see if they're all roosting up there. I'm pretty confident they will be. And if they're not, I'll end up blocking this off for a few days during the night, during the roosting hours, so they won't get up there. They'll be forced to get up there, and then they'll break their habit, hopefully. Isn't that right, ladies? What's up, Sue? Where's your son at? He's out there. Abe, everyone thinks you're beautiful. Doesn't Abe look amazing? All right, I'll leave you ladies alone for now. I'll be back in just a minute. I'm gonna clean out this nest box. Let's check on Mary real quick. What's up, Mary? Why you running, Mary? Why you running, Mary? Mary, don't run. Come back, Mary. Where are you going? He's my favorite rooster. I told you guys that. I just think he looks cool. I like the orange, red, and the white tail. Doesn't he just look cool? Did we ever name him? I don't think we did. And we got the lone survivor over there. The one bantam hen that we got left. And Abe just wants to come out and hang out. He hears me talking, and he just got to be out here with us. Don't you, Abe? You probably want to free range a little bit, don't you? So we've been pretty much letting them free range out whenever we're home for like the last 2 weeks. But with all this weather coming in, this bad weather coming, I locked them back up so they can't get out. I think Abe's wanting to get out and roam around, but we're gonna wait till all this bad weather passes because we don't want to get him stuck out in the storm or something get him. I don't know. I don't like letting them free range all the time, if that makes sense. And you really got to keep a track on your chickens and make sure they go back to roost, because I know a lot of people who will try to let their chickens free range, and for some reason they will not go back and roost in the hen house, and they'll lose them to predators, to hawks, eagles. I think we lost the other rooster to a bald eagle, a set of bald eagles that were flying over one day. But yeah, so that's one thing you have to check on, is make sure they go back in. So I'm gonna clean this next nest box out, and then we'll go check on the goats for you guys, because like I said, you guys have been wanting the farm update.
See how I'm looking out for you. That's just a sign that you're gone. See how spread out thin I am. That's just a sign that you're gone. That's me pretending any moment now. I don't know why, 'cause I shouldn't pretend. But did you know your kill, dear, don't come this far down the railroad track? But what if I hear your voice call my name? Or if I somehow see your face? Maybe sense your soul with my far down the railroad track. You confuse me.
Real quick, a lot of I've had comments in the past whenever I've given my German Shepherds extra eggs. People say, oh no, don't do that. They'll go in there and steal the eggs. Well, the dogs can't get in there and steal the eggs. They're not a fox. They can't climb, and well, they haven't before anyways. I don't think they're going to start now. So yeah, it helps. They love them, and it helps their coat, and it's just good and healthy for them to eat some raw eggs. So we give them the extra ones that we don't want. Let's go check on the goats. What's up, ladies? What's going on, ladies? Huh? What are you doing, Shadow? What? Well, you guys have been enjoying the nice dry hay, haven't you? Hello. You can see the goats are doing just fine. That's the update on the goats for you guys. You know, we downsized our herd, and once we get moved out to the off-grid property next year, then we'll get the fencing and all that put up, and we'll get the goats out there, and we'll build our herd back up. And a lot of people ask, why do we even have them? Well, first of all, they're Kikos. They're the meat goats. We were raising them and processing one or two for meat for our freezer for the family, and we were had the intentions of getting a big enough herd where we can have babies and sell the babies and make a profit for the homestead, make some extra money for the homestead, pay for a feed and stuff like that. You're not going to make a whole lot with a small herd, but you'll make enough that you can supplement income with that for your feed and your feed bill, and that was the purpose of those. So we've had a lot of questions about why we even have them. So let's go back in the house, check on the girls, show you their finished product with their little cocoa bombs, I think they called them, hot chocolate bombs. They actually makes them, but they actually got some before. They actually got some the other day, and it's pretty cool watching them use them. I'm not going to show you that in this video, but you can just look it up. It's pretty cool, and it's a little fun project for the kids to do, and it's really easy. But let's go in there and check on them, and then I'll talk to you guys a little bit about 2021, what we got going on. They finished? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's pretty good.
Sometimes they might have like a little hole, but it's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Looks pretty
That
good.
is
That fine?
crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, Chloe. Wow. Good job, girls.
We just
Now
made
what
it
are
with
y'all
the Kinder Egg surprise.
What are y'all doing now?
Watching TV.
You guys ready to go to a little get together tonight? Mm-hmm. All right, see ya. Okay, so 2020, last day right here. I'm gonna get this last video out of 2020, and like you guys know, it has been one crazy ride of a year for everybody. It's been a crazy ride for everybody. Every family in the world has been affected by 2020 one way or the other, with everything going on with the COVID-19, with the election, just things in general, just life. And it's like I said, it's been something else. And we'd all like to think 2021 can't be any worse. And we all want to think that 2021 things are going to turn around. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you they are or they're not. Can they? Absolutely. Can things get worse? Always. It's one of them things when you're at work and you're wishing you had a new boss, and you just wish I just get a new boss. This boss just rides me. I'm sick of him. It can't get any worse than this boss. Let me tell you something. I've been in situations at jobs where we all wished we got a different boss, and then when we got a different boss, we wish we had our old boss back. So can things get worse? Absolutely, they can get worse. But can they get better? Always. They can always get better. And like I said, that's what we hope for the next year. You know, the date changes and life goes on. And I'm going to share a few verses with you guys. One in particular that hit me today while I was watching a fellow YouTuber. Him and his wife, they do. She does a lot of once a week. She does a series that she discusses a Bible verse, and it was really good. Today was awesome. It really hit home with me, and I'll share that channel with you guys in the future. That's not what this is about, but I'll share that in the future. We will be sharing this channel with you guys. But one of the verses they brought up, one of the questions they got was, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And I was like, I wonder what they're going to say to that. And what he said was, he goes, I think he said he despises that question. He despises that question. And it's because you don't know where you're going to be at in 5 years. And he gives a verse. I'm going to read that to you. But he was spot on. He goes, I don't know where I'm going to be at 5 years. They didn't expect to be in the situation that they're in 5 years ago. But he said you could sit there and you could say you're going to do this, you're going to do that. We want this to happen. Blah 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 blah. He goes, but in reality of it, you just don't know. So the Bible verse that they shared on their little series was James. I got it written down, James 4:13 through 17. And you guys can look that up if you want. I'll go ahead and read it to you guys and discuss it a little bit. And then we'll jump to one of my most favorite verses that I try to think about daily. And it might help some of you guys out there today that might be struggling with things. And that going into the new year, that a lot of y'all may be anxious about the new year. And it's so easy to get anxious and to worry about things. That verse will help you out too. Let me share this verse with you guys, and we'll go from there. So James 4:13 through 17. Okay, so verse 13. Come now, you who say, today or tomorrow we will go into such and such a town and spend a year there and trade and make a profit. Yet, verse 14, yet you do not know what tomorrow will bring. Absolutely. What is your life? For you are a mist that appears for a little time and then vanishes. Verse 15, instead you ought to say, if the Lord wills. And that's what really hit me. If the Lord wills, we will live and do this or that. And that was a point he was making in their series. That's what we should be saying. If the Lord wills it, that's what we will do. As it is, verse 16, as it is, you boast in your arrogance. All such boasting is evil. 17, so whoever knows the right thing to do and fails to do it, for him it is sin. So the main purpose of what I get out of that is exactly what it says. Don't boast about what you're going to be doing in the future, where you're going to see yourself out in 5 years. Is it good to set goals? Absolutely. But what this is saying, as a Christian, as a perspective from a Christian, maybe to a fellow Christian that you guys are watching, it says you should be saying, if the Lord wills, this is what I'm going to do. And just like he was saying, is you do not know what tomorrow brings. And that's absolutely right. And then we're going to go into this other verse it's one of my favorite verses. So what it's saying, it's fine to make plans. I'm not saying don't go make plans, don't make goals, but don't boast in those goals. Don't assume those things are going to happen, because we don't know what tomorrow is. And ultimately, like the verse says, we're but a vapor. When it comes to eternity and time, we're but a vapor, and we're here for a split second, just like a vapor, just like my breath. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's here and it's gone. That's how life is. Life is short. And I know a lot of you old timers that may be watching this, you guys are probably thinking, just me, I'm going to be 38 next year. Just looking back, it seems like I was just in high school, and it's been almost 20 years ago. And a lot of you old timers that have grandkids or even great grandchildren, you guys maybe think the same thing. It was just yesterday that we had the kids in the house. We had the little ones running back behind us, making a lot of noise, and life is like a vapor. When you look back at your time on this earth, it's quick. It's quick, and it's here before you know it. And it's here, and then it's gone before you know it. And that's one thing we all have in common. One thing that we all have in common is we're born, and we are going to die. Every one of us is going to die, and that's the reality of it. We're here, and then we're gone. So we're going to go to one of my favorite verses, Matthew 6:25-34. We're going to end the video with this. So if you're a Christian and you're watching this today, even if you're not a Christian, and you may need some help with what's going on, these are not my words. These are the Lord's words, and they should bring comfort to you. They do me anyways. So Matthew 6:25-34. Let me read that for you guys. So Jesus says in Matthew 6:25, and this is, do not be anxious. Verse 25, therefore I tell you, do not be anxious about your life, what you will eat, what you will drink, nor about your body, what you will put on. It is not life more than food, and the body more than clothing. Verse 26, look at the birds of the air. They neither sow nor reap nor gather into the barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not more value than they? Verse 27, and which of you by being anxious can add a single hour to his span of life? We can't. And why are you, and verse 28, and why are you anxious about clothing, considering, and there's more into the verse, you got to go back before this and you can see exactly what they're talking about, but you get the gist of it. And verse 28, and why are you anxious about clothing? Consider their lilies of the field, how they grow. They neither toil nor spin. And verse 29, yet I tell you, even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. In verse 30, but if God so clothes the grass of the field, which today is alive and tomorrow is thrown into the oven, will he not much more clothe you, O you little of faith? Therefore, verse 31, therefore do not be anxious, saying, what shall we eat, what shall we drink, or what shall we wear? Verse 32, for the Gentiles seek after all these things, and yet all these things, and your heavenly Father knows that you need them all. Verse 33, but seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. Verse 34, therefore do not be anxious about tomorrow, for tomorrow will be anxious enough for itself. Sufficient for today is its own trouble. So what it's saying, don't worry about tomorrow. There's enough trouble today you need to worry about. And that's one of my favorite verses to remember whenever we are worrying about tomorrow. And I want you guys to go into 2021. I know it's very difficult not to be anxious, not to worry about tomorrow, not to be stressed over things in life in general. And it's easy for me to sit here and tell you not to be. I struggle with it just like you guys do. But we have to know that we, as Christians, serve a sovereign God, and he is in control of all things. All things. And we have some big things, big decisions that my family has to make in 2021. And today, coming across that video I was telling you about, and listening to James 4, that really hit home with me. And then me going back and thinking about Matthew, and being anxious for tomorrow, and put your trust that God will provide for you, will provide for us, provide for our country. Like I said, he is sovereign. Know that going into the future, that we serve a sovereign God, and he is in control of all things. And don't be anxious. Don't worry about the COVID-19. Don't worry about the election. If that makes sense to you guys, it's all gonna work out in God's plan. And we're Christians here on Keeping It Dutch. My family are born again. My wife and myself, my children, they're not yet born again, and there'll be a time in their life, and I hope very, very soon, that God will save them. And that's our daily prayer, that God will save our children. And I know if you're a believer, that's your all's prayer too. Because once we're gone as parents, or once they leave the house, they need that guidance. They need a guidance in their life that's a light. They need Christ to be that light for them, just like I do. I haven't always been a Christian. You guys know that. Just like if you're a Christian today, you haven't always been a Christian. We all have a past. We've all made mistakes. But let's let 2021, let's go into that not being anxious about it. Let's go in there and knowing that God is in control, good or bad. COVID-20, COVID-21, whatever comes this way, it's his plan, and it's in his hands. It's in his control. So I hope that helps some of you guys out there that may be watching this today. I know that's one verse I go to a lot. Whenever I start worrying about things, I have to remind myself, like, hey, this is out of my hands. I can't control what's tomorrow. I hope that makes sense to you guys. All right, so that battery actually died too, so I had to change it out again. But with all that being said, you guys know our plans over here with my family. If you've been around for a little while, our plan is to sell this homestead and go off-grid on off-grid property. That's what we've been striving for over the last 6 or 7 months. You guys have been following along that we've been doing the tiny house and all that. And that's all in God's control also. So like James, if it's his will, if it's God's will for us to be out there and make some decisions that we have coming forward, then let it be. And that verse today in James really hit home with me. And if that's God's will, we will be moving and making them other decisions. So with all that being said, pray for my family, pray for your family, pray for the country, and let 2021 be a year where we're not anxious anymore, that nothing is going to surprise us as individuals, because you would like to think we've seen a lot this last year. And let's end it on a good note. Let's push forward and know it's all in God's control. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Hope it helped someone out there maybe think about things a little differently. And hope you guys stay safe tonight. Enjoy your family, love on your family, and put God first, and everything will work out. So love you guys. Hope you have a great rest of the evening, and we'll catch you on next video. Thanks for watching.